Is this a time we've all been waiting for? Is Terra Luna Classic about to break out? That's the big question. We're going to talk a lot about why I think it's moving. We obviously have the Binance announcement coming tomorrow, but the chart right now is actually looking pretty crazy, and USTC is going nuts as well. So if that's something you are interested in, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also, leave a like on this video and let everybody know what is going on with Terra Luna Classic, and let's dive into it. So here we go. Looking at the chart right now, we are in the 3-5 range, so 30515, absolutely just blown through these areas I had marked. RSI is, well, I'd say it's overbought right now, but it's trending upwards. Money flow looks really healthy, and we are just seeing a big breakout, 3.39%. We did see obviously some sells, we've seen a few on this one, but really looking quite strong actually for Terra Luna Classic. We are also seeing USTC having this big run, and it's all down to one thing, and we'll talk about that a little bit further on in this video. But fundamentally, good news for Terra Luna Classic as we head into these Binance burns. And I guess the question on everyone's mind is, are we going to see this every week as we get ready to announce the Binance burns? Again, CZ Binance was in an AMA talking about what that should look like and equally what the potential of it is, and those 1.2% burn tax. I'll leave a link to that in the description, so go and check it out. But really positive right now for Luna Classic. If we can maintain above this 3 level, the next line I've got on here is the 3113 line, as we kind of move up and then furthermore up back into these 3-2. So hopefully we'll start to see this move over the course of the week. I think 3-2 would be what we'd be looking for in terms of a bullish move up into the 4s, but I think that's a bit of a way to go. But certainly a positive sentiment, and again, absolutely smacks those people in the face that say Luna Classic is dead and there is nothing more coming to it. If we take a look at what's going on in the global market, you can see 39.5 BTC dominance, and overall the market actually having a nice run going into the week, coming out of the weekend, which is always good to see. Quant going absolutely crazy, which is why Terra Luna Classic has dropped back to the 32nd highest cryptocurrency. But volume starting to increase, which again is good news going into the Binance announcement. We got a 20% increase, over $300 million. Again, my best guess, I think I'm going to be around the 4 billion mark. That's what I think will happen in terms of what the Binance announcement is. But look, the more data we get, the more information we get from Binance, we'll start to get these a bit more accurate. But look, at the same time, volume is exactly what we need. Continuing to see that coming into Terra Luna Classic. Now, the big news, what is on everybody's mind? Well, Tobias Anderson, or Zaradar TR, the developer from Terra Rebels, launching his Terra Classic USTC repeg proposal. Now, I'm not going to go through all of this. If you do want me to do an in-depth video talking all about this, then let me know in the comments down below. But fundamentally, it's a brilliantly worded article. There is loads in this, and actually there is a real sense of this being put to kind of almost financial recovery that you would do in everyday business. And I think it's really important that that's how it is being looked at. And equally, when you think about USTC as a stable coin, well, then it's more attuned to a business proposal than anything else. Again, I'm not going to walk all the way through this, but it does talk about Zaradar's kind of experience and what he's done. It talks about the USTC via quantitative easing and equally quantitative tightening and how we kind of get that back on board. The couple of really important bits that I did think were worthwhile just pulling out and talking to you guys particularly were around some of the bits they're going to put in there. So the USTC repeg proposal, where it talks about how they're going to put capital controls in, how they're going to make sure that it works for a positive net worth growth, but equally keeps economic stability. And I think it's really important, and everyone obviously is nervous about the repeg of USDC. Again, it's the best utility, but it has to come with a real sense of purpose. It is truly a community-driven network, probably one of the best out there in the space, and certainly I would argue one of the biggest. And it talks a little bit about partial swaps and how we can support that, and ultimately getting that supply down to 10 billion. Now, there's kind of two ways we go about it. One is with quantitative easing, which will probably be slightly more aggressive. Quantitative tightening will happen a little bit longer and take a bit more time. But we talk about partitioned pools, and I think this is really important for anyone who is concerned about USTC or anyone that's maybe not fully up to speed on this. But partitioned pools supports and protects that liquidity pool, and it splits it off into certain different parts so that if if anything was to go wrong with this, it's not going to drain the entire pot. And that's what we saw with Luna Classic. What was different with USDD, which is the Tron stablecoin, was a massive amount of liquidity. 170 million was being able to inject it into Tron to repeg that, and it was stopped and halted in what they were doing. Whereas Luna Classic didn't have that liquidity sat there. They tried, but they tried too little and didn't try often enough with that. So these pools mean that the actual bit you would have to fix will be much less, and it adds a layer of protection. The word shielded is really important with that because it protects the funds in there. Now, talks a little bit through a few of the bits around tranche concept and the remittance corridor order, but ultimately, what is the conclusion of this? Well, it is the right thing to do. We need to restabilize, repeg USTC and get that back on track. Again, it offers us a decentralized application that can be used with Luna Classic. The big test is how you implement that supports both the deflationary nature of Luna Classic and equally offers a utility with USTC. Now, we know we've got decentralized applications building back again on Luna Classic, which is exciting and ultimately supports the ecosystem. So there is more to come. And you can see just by looking at the chart, we have had a nice steady rise all the way from down here, and we continue to rise up. Now, we are hopefully going to touch up on this 3-1 level. We'll have to really see what happens, but we have both USTC and Luna Classic going. So it's going to be a pretty interesting 24 hours. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. What do you think? Where do you think we're going to be? And how much do you think Binance is going to buy back and burn on their latest hacks? And guys, I appreciate all the support. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you know when our videos go live, and I will catch you in the next one.